Hey guys, so you must have made out today I will be talking about this brand that is TVS, and this video will be in 4 to 5 parts. You can see as you go along. If you like it, then great. So the first thing that I want to talk about is my first project, that is bikes. Now when I say bikes, I'm thinking of what future bikes could TVS go for. I don't have any official news about them, but this is what I suggest that they should go for. So the RTR 200, I'm sure all of you know that this is already there, so why am I talking about it? Because this is my base. Now why 200? Because I think India at present is not doing that great on very heavy bikes. We need bikes that are economical, ready for daily use, as well as they're good for touring. So that is what we are really looking for. So I think this is a good base to start with, and I think 200 is doing pretty well where the engine is concerned, but it may not be selling that well compared to others because probably we need more variety in that. Okay, so the next thing that I had in mind was the RR 200, the Apache RR 200. Now why the Apache RR 200? I think 310 again is a great bike, and I think it's got too many specs. We need a stripped down version of the RR, maybe with the 200cc engine, which gives you good average and is easy on your pocket. If they can price this around 1 lakh, trust me, they are going to be a game changer, and I think this is a great product that they could probably go for, the Apache RR 200. The next one. Now we all heard about this bike in the expo, and we were like, wow, this is a good thing that TVS is going for. If you see those two lines there, I'm hinting at a backrest. If possible, they should probably go in for one. If it could be a movable one, that'll be great. If it can be a movable one. And this again, I'm suggesting an Apache Cruise 200, which would be of course for touring, and a cruise option, which I think will be great for our market, because again, 200cc is perfect. Cruiser is something that we want at times, and I think this was a good product that they came up with, and it looked original. It did not look like a copy of other brands. So I think they did a good step forward by taking that. Next, now we all know that TVS is working with Sherco for this beautiful bike, where they were at the Dhaka, and they're doing a lot of touring with this as well. So I think they should come up with the Apache XR 200. Now when I say XR 200, this particular bike is it's perfect. It can be a tourer. It can be if someone wants, he can use it for daily use as well. It would be a 200cc engine, so all the benefits of a low cc bike will be there in that. And maintenance wise, Apache is Apache, so TVS is TVS, I should say, which is decent enough. It's not that expensive. So I think that is what they should probably look at. This would make their complete portfolio. Now whichever bike sells well, they could probably take that to the 310 and others. Now with this being their strategy across the market, with which they will come into every category, the off-road, the cruise, the sports, and the naked bike, they will have all 4 options, right? And they can take it forward. They could come up with an Apache Apache 310, the RTR or something like that as well, if required, if it is doing that well. So that's what I feel. But one important thing that a lot of companies are losing out on now is that they forget their old customers who have their old bikes. That's the reason why it does not have resale value, and spare parts are different. So one step that such companies can take is this, the Apache 125. Now if you look at this bike, it is still a pretty good bike. Apache is still doing it with RTR 160. I think they should bring it down to the 125, and the other 100 and 125ccs anyway is not doing that great. So maybe this could really boost up their 125cc sales, and so this is really something that I strongly feel they should look at or think about. That's one point. And so this kind of concludes the bike part of it. I didn't go much into scooties because I'm more of a bike person, but I can surely have my inputs on that. I think TVS is having a good range from the Pep Plus to now the TVS Ntorq. They have taken the entire range of scooties that we need in India. So it's not that, in fact, Pep Plus is something that is still pretty good, and we have the TVS 100 the moped as well, which is also a very good. They have three-wheelers. I'm not into three-wheelers, so I'll not talk much about that. But yes, the moped is also there, which is a good variation they have again. Probably the moped can be worked up a bit, made more stylish and more up to date. Is probably they should look at that. But that's okay. That's something that they can work on. Now this was part 1, the project 1. Now let's go to project 2. Project 2. Now here I'm talking about the broadcast. What happens here is that we don't have a single point contact for a lot of things. So my suggestion was for audios. Maybe if you can have a radio channel which would be dedicated to bikers only. It's a very small niche, yes, but is it doable? Yes, it is. We do have a market for it, and I believe it can strongly enhance over a period of time. And with other projects that I'll be suggesting now, you will see that this could come in really handy. The next one was the video. I think TVS does have a video channel, but they are not covering the races the way they should. I strongly believe, you have a channel, why not play it live, just like a cricket match? We want to see the off-road. They have these off-road races which are amazing, so we need that. Then they have the Dakar and all, which they are covering, but we don't get to see that. They have the Chennai racetrack, where they are doing a lot of races, but we don't get to see that. Why not have it live? We would love to see that. In fact, not just them, whoever is doing a race, they should cover that as well. And if they can send their bike there, of course they might as well cover that, right? So I think that is something that I was thinking about. A TV channel as well as a YouTube channel, both could go hand in hand. And lastly, a website that would be interactive for the bikers, in terms of location wise as well as topic wise. So you can really choose what you want to talk about across the country, or you want to talk about within your location. So that's something that can always be worked on. I'm sorry, I'm sweating so much. The fan is off because of the noise. The next one is the project 3, that is customer satisfaction. Now this is somewhere I personally excel in, where customer satisfaction is concerned, and I think bike companies are not doing enough to take care of their customers somewhere. For example, holiday assist. Now if a customer is going on vacation, who takes care of his bike? Why not the company that is actually giving them the bike should take care of the bike while they are away? The next one is the service assist. When someone is giving this bike for service, at that time you can give him a Stephanie bike, give him a backup bike that he can use at least till then. The other thing is the roadside assist. I'm sure you all know that a lot of bike companies are already doing that. The next thing is the spare parts assist for old bikes. Now this is where I think I've had a lot of struggle with Hero, and I'm sure even TVS must have had its own share of struggle. But somewhere they need to have a roadmap for old bikes so that they can still live. Maybe 10 years, 20 years down the line, this RTR 160 might be an old bike, but if it is alive as an RTR 125, then the spare parts would still be available, and people would not struggle even after 10 to 20 years. 1, to repair their bike, and 2, to sell their bike. It will be resellable because the spare parts will be available. That's what's important at this point of time. The other thing I was looking at, tour assist. Now I know a lot of bikers, bike companies are doing these tours and all that, but we need a roadmap. We don't want the company to take it, but whenever someone wants to go, hey, just contact TVS, tell them I'm going on this path, and the things are ready for them. We can start with weekends, and if it works out great, then we can do it for weekdays as well. So every weekend, if someone wants to go anywhere in India, he would know his roadmap, where he should visit if he wants any TVS assist. Like if I'm going from Bombay to Chennai, I should know how many stops are there on the way, and which are the TVS centers that will be ready to help me, or they can give me roadside assist for that matter. So that is something that probably needs to get charted out. Now this again is a very wide category, and I have a lot to say about it, but it cannot be put in one video, right? So that is one more thing. And next, the social responsibility. Now when we talk about social responsibility, I think one thing that's really not working in India is that we don't have a track of the accidents and the way the roads are and all that. So I strongly feel this again is something that some company needs to start with, and I'm probably looking at TVS right now, which is that if you can help the government track these accidents, and TVS should tie up with them, track it, analyze it, and suggest some improvements. So the way this works is that we have our highways, we have our accidents. Who's really tracking it? There's no one, right? In fact, in one of my previous videos, I had suggested this to all these magazines. Like we have the